It's XCOM2. Welcome back. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Can't believe it's episode 98. It's insane. Today, after some careful consideration, we are not going to be running Operation Hemorrhage Hell. Experimental weaponry would mean that Exalt are more threatening, true, but actually, like, if you look at the enemies detected list and the fact that the hunt is in play, there's 2 Rift Keepers, and Exalt are going to show up on this mission, I'm not that worried about experimental weaponry going through comparative to dealing with all of that nonsense. And as well, if we deal with Exalt again, we just deal with them in the manner to which we've become accustomed, which is to say, we nuke them fast and nuke them hard, and that way, you know, their experimental weaponry counts for nothing. That's my logic here. That's what I'm going with. So yeah, we're back to scanning for Avenger power. Finishing off, we cancelled an upgrade there in that covert op, which is kind of nice. There's no new covert ops for us to do. So yeah, we're just back to scanning for a bit here. And being interrupted by covert actions expiring, apparently. Concentration. Grazing shots are automatically upgraded to normal hits. That's really useful, actually, for enemies that are particularly prone to dodging, for example. When enemy dodges, it turns a normal hit into a graze. So I could see a use case for that, maybe. Especially on enemy lists that are prone to dodging. Protect the device. 15 enemies for 99 intel, you say. Now then. This I could get behind. So I wouldn't mind banking a little bit of intel just now. As we move into the end game, you know, I'd like to do a little bit of shopping in the old Shadow Chamber, things like that. So you know what? Today, Exalt are there as well, again as well. Today, though, we're going to run Operation Pale Flame and get ourselves some intel. Protect the device, hopefully. Ideally, we better protect that device. 15 enemies ain't so bad. And what's the clock looking like on that? 11 hours, so if we're going to go now. Sure, let's get after it then. Down in Australia.
Australia.
You were looking forward to Hemorrhage Hell? I could only apologise and question why you would be looking forward to such a thing. Pale Flame, far more friendly a mission name, shall we say. Given the fact that we're in a sewer, first of all, so Kurog, unfortunately, this is no place for you and your gigantic gun. However, given the fact that Gwen and Rymir are already ready to go, looking for more, we'll keep them in. And yeah, we can certainly keep Diurna in play here too. I think that's a great idea. Beyond that though, let's get ourselves a sapper, like having a sapper in a sewer. Let's get ourselves a combat engineer. We could go for Hooker, or Giga and Athos. 127 out of 175 on Giga versus 127. Yeah, okay, we'll just go with Hooker, sure. And then I think actually we probably want to run a field medic here. Let's get Hazel in the mix. Where are you, Hazel? You are somewhere. Right? Unless you're tired. Well, be tired. You're tired. It's tired. It's had a long day. Tired for like no time whatsoever, but nevertheless. Okay, fine. In that case, then let's let's get Farley in here. We haven't used Farley yet. Farley's got silent grading, and that sounds good. We'll do the old Fade to Black whilst I equip these guys, and then we'll hit the ground. See you in a moment. Okay, I think this is going to be us. There's one little thing I want to check, and that is whether or not we want to run the Black Ice rounds on Gwen there. We probably do, given the fact that there's a Rift Keeper Codex and Sexpot Hunter in the mix. So let's go ahead and switch to those. Apart from that, though, pretty standard fare. Icarus Armor on Gwen with the Dark Claw and Powered Shield. Disruptor Rifle on Zentrisa with the Warden Armor and Frost Bomb and Incendiary. We roll the Acid Canister for extra armor breakage. We're going to go with the blaster launcher on Huckett alongside flamethrowers and all of the things that Huckett brings to the table. One question, I think we are going to burn our current AP on high pressure tanks for some additional flamethrower charges there. And then a standard setup, if you like, for Farley here with the Null Lance Fireball and Panacea. One thing, we've got a bunch of PCSs to throw into Farley, so Reflex is kind of nice. Concentration. Wall climb. That's awesome. I didn't realize we had that. I've just completely forgot that that's a thing that we've got. That's amazing. I think actually we'll throw Reflex into Farley here. Speaking of 21 dodge, Diurna. Let's go for advanced agility there. That puts you to 23 dodge. Okay, fine. It's an upgrade. It counts. It's Operation Pale Flame. Protect a device. Gwen, Centrisa, Rymea, Diurna, Huckett, and Farley in play for this one. On a quest for 99 intel. And we're going to have to move quite quickly. Here. Protect the device missions are... Well, it doesn't behoove us to sit still. We need to get to that device and actually protect it. However, there's the Exalt complication, things like that, so, you know, it ain't as easy as it all seems. This may well, I don't want to put the cart before the horse or anything, this may well be our final assault mission of the campaign, depending on how things go with dark events, etc. Isn't that something? We still actually have, like, the best part of a month's worth of research to do in the Shadow Chamber, I think. So, it is kind of a little bit early to be saying that this is the final assault mission of the campaign. But, hey, stranger things have happened. Just whilst got the opportunity here as well. So, one of the missions that we are not going to do, primarily because it hasn't shown up for one reason or another, is the assault on the Exalt headquarters. My understanding and previous experience with that is that you need to do a sort of chain of covert ops, and then that eventually leads you to an assault on, Exalt headquarters. None of that's shown up for us, and I don't think it's going to at this point, so I can only apologise if that was something you were looking forward to seeing. What I will say is the mod list that I'm using is a sort of heavily edited version at this point of the mod list that Christopher Odd used in an XCOM2 campaign he ran a year or two ago. And during that campaign, he did run a mission on the Exalt headquarters. So if you've not seen it before and would like to, I've actually linked that video in the description for you to check out. Because it's a cool mission, and I am a bit disappointed that it's not going to be showing up for us. But at the same time, it's a tough mission, so maybe I should be counting my blessings. I don't know. But it will be there, as I say. And if you were expecting it or looking forward to it, something that you otherwise would have known about, then, as I say, I do apologise. It's just the way things work. I ran a campaign, a solo campaign when I was playing this game on my own. And in that particular one, alien rulers just didn't show up at all. I think I was running it where, you had to do the introductory mission, which we haven't done in this campaign. And that mission never showed up. So as a result, throughout the entirety of it, alien rulers just weren't something I had to care about. That also led to me not being able to access all of the rewards you get for dealing with the alien rulers as well. So, swings and roundabouts there for sure. At any rate, all that aside, let's get back to this mission. We have got a lot of enemies, including a gigantic ball of death, bearing down on us, and we have been spotted. Because I was a little bit too keen on bringing Diurna forward there. And the pounce doesn't connect, which is just an added bonus to everything that's about to happen to us. Starting with Riftkeeper reinforcements that we don't get to see. Oh, it was a little mech. We haven't seen one of them in ages. Hello. Hello, old friend. Like, that Rift Keeper really needs to get put in the ground. Of course, we're going to get this little complication first. Is it just the case here that everything on the map is going to immediately activate on us? Is that what's happening? Oh my word, what is that and where did it come from? Okay, yes, everything is going to activate on us, including a gigantic robot from the sky. Okay, priority number one is definitely the Rift Keeper, then. Especially given that it's got a priest right next to it, that could cause even more complications. And they are pumping damage into our objective from the off as well, which isn't great. Oh, and a mind control, you say? A mind control? You shouldn't have. You really shouldn't have, because Gwen doesn't care about such things, and you just got shot. So, you just think about that. Elite Priest. That is your real name. Oh, another Sectopod. That's good news, isn't it? If I sound a little bit worried, or, you know, however you kind of want to describe the way I'm currently sounding, that's because I am. This is terrifying. Okay. Let's shield. That's certainly a start. And if ever there was a time I'd love to have had a EMP grenade, now is it. I guess we want to try and null lance these two things down. It's gonna be a push that the null lance actually achieves what we want, though, we've been told. Don't love it. Do not love it. Oh man. Something landed there, and it looked like a giant Sectopod. We'll deal with that when it, you know, arrives. This Rift Keeper needs to go. That should really be what I'm focused on right now. 54% shots. Gwen, are you taking the liberty out of me here? Jump in. Doing that primarily because it was free, and I wanted Gwen to lose my voice. I wanted Gwen in as close as we possibly could get her. Although, there's an argument to be made for dealing with these codexes, you know. In fact, yes, Lightning Hands this one. 82% Gwen, I believe. Thank you. And then Rift Keeper. Right, what we'll do, we'll shield wall. And then not have enough ammo for a fight. Okay, we'll come back to that then. Let's see then. Zen Teresa. Move up. Rapid deployment. Oh, we just don't quite make it. That's a shame. I think then... Yeah, we're going to want to... Frost Bomb there at least will achieve some results. Did freeze the Rift Keeper. It's not going to, like, freeze the Rift Keeper to the extent that we would, like, see on a regular enemy, e.g. that Priest, but it's going to make the Rift Keeper drop an action. And that's something. I am kind of debating on sending this rather than hitting the Rift Keeper. And I think I will. Kind of hoping that, you know, maybe a little panic for our troubles there, but no such luck. Okay. Meanwhile, now we could just go in with a supernova, you know. It would delete these three. Would also mean that Deanna here is stunned. But it would delete these three. Where did the shields come from? We can't see it, right? Kind of conscious of the Sectopods bearing down on us, but there's not really much that we can do about that right now. Okay, let's Burning Rush, and then get a Lightning Strike, I should say, in on this guy. It's a fortunate miss on that Overwatch. I was like, I don't want to use Adaptation Field on one Overwatch, and then thinking to myself, but maybe I should have used Adaptation Field, but I'm glad I didn't have to. There is our Psyburster. Okay. Now, how do we deal with you? We don't, really. It's the truth. Huh. Okay, you know what? Let's get Untouchable on the go. With a little bit of that. And then I think we send the acid through on the guy that, yeah. Well, at least we connected with the one we needed. That's something. And we'll bring Deanna just back here, so Deanna's not in line of fire. And forces movement from everything back there. Okay. Pocket, move up. And what kind of rupture? 43%. Yeah, that's gross. Maybe we commit to a blaster bomb here then. Potentially knocks the priest into stasis. Chunks the armor on the Rift Keeper. And puts the shield bearer into killable range. What about, first of all then, yeah, we'll do this. We'll quick burn first. Like this. It should hit the Rift Keeper. It didn't seem... Oh, it's immune. Okay. That's had to be why that wasn't showing up then. Fine. Fine. And that should, yes, that'll enable us to connect with the Elite Trooper in the back as well, so that's a little bit extra. Okie dokie. Let's bring Farley up. Sending this Null Lance through. Does connect with the Sideburster in the back there. Should connect with the Rift Keeper. I think we commit to this. It's just flat immune. Okay. I should have probably double checked that. I had a feeling it might have been, and then it was, and well, now I just feel terrible. Meanwhile, Raimia's kind of like, oh, what should I do? Let's just push up a touch. That's fine. Okay, we can't... Well, we probably can, actually. Yeah, we should be okay here. I think, actually, yeah, let's start putting the work in there. We want to get that killable. And then there was Gwen's final shot. Which I do actually like the idea of putting the Black Ice taking damage into there. But I think actually we'll take that 79% on our... Well, never mind. And there's Exalt. Oh man. Area stasis. Is you for real? Oh, good. 3 Muton destroyers of the advanced kind. Great news. Okay, our objective is actually healthier than I thought. It's got 52 hit points remaining. It's got 46 hit points remaining. Great hit from the return fire there. Would have liked that when we went for the side burst earlier, Gwen, but... Can't win them all, huh? It's got 40 hit points remaining.
Taking heavy fire.
And panic lands. Okay, that's good. One less enemy to deal with on the next turn, so, you know, take what you're given, right?
I can't move.
Yes, waste your efforts on the robot.
Oh, these shield bearers. Leave Hooker alone. Please, leave Hooker alone. I guess we've got a field medic, actually. I'm less... tiny less worried, I guess. Kind of looked like the mech was just like, actually, I'm out, you know? Oh, my goodness. You are large. And in charge. Okay. Right. This... okay. And we've only got Hooker, Gwen, and Deanna available. Oh, man. Don't love that. Do not love that at all. Right. Okay. And they're all completely flankable by this gigantic monstrosity, which is just tremendous. Okay. And the rupture's what? 89% on the Sectopod Annihilator. What do you do? Channel energy to your primary weapon, unleash it with your next shot, immune to all of the things. Can kill zone, can call in reinforcements. So it's just reinforcements upon reinforcements here. What is going on? Right, rupture this thing.
Hit the armor.
You know, not great, but we'll take what we're given her. What's your percentage looking like on that gigantic monstrosity? 87. Okay, fanfire that thing.
3 for the price of 1.
And miss one, but good shots on the other two. I'll take what we've been given there. And then, do we want to maybe look at an supernova here? Exalt are coming in. I'd like to supernova Exalt now that I think about it. There's no kill to be found, is there, really? Unless you're telling me there's a chance. Yes. Yes. Where is it? Where are you? There you are. Hello. Okay. We've got rid of one enemy. Oh, I'm not panicking. You're panicking. Can we get... No? Oops. Have you just activated? You've just activated. Sure. Let's just get another Sectopod. Why not? We didn't have enough already. So one more is perfectly acceptable. Can we connect with the Paladin there and the Rift Keeper? We can't, can we? No. Okay, I think then we'll acid the Rift Keeper. Need to start doing some work on its armor if we can. And yeah, that's a little something something. Okay, here comes the fun. Not that we had enough fun to deal with already. I gotta say, kinda wish we'd brought more Black Ice rounds than just what Gwen's packing. A little purifier that could. Oh, good. More shields. Just what we needed.
Oh no, they're shooting at me.
And that's everyone on... Yep, that's acid for a bunch of us. Wonderful. Oh yeah, the objective that we're meant to protect, huh? How could I forget? Oh, now you become scared of all of the fire.
We'll need to give him some time to recover when we get back.
That's a great position to move to, Zenjisa. Thanks. I hate it. Objectives on 21 hit points. If that thing goes down, and this entire thing proves to have been a wasted exercise...
They're firing on this unit.
Badly wounded here.
Not even oh, it was Zentrisa. Okay. Who's currently being absolutely pummeled because they are wide open for such activities. It's on 16 hit points now. That's great.
I'm gonna need support here.
This is, frankly, insane.
Not sure I can make it.
And Zentrisa's on a hit point. It's a miss that we could afford to have again. Great. Are you kidding me? Nah. What? Holy moly. Oh, is that tree set? Okay, good, it damper fielded. Oh, wait. Oh.
Hey, that hurts, I think.
There's always more, and it's always worse.
Attacking on sight. Watch order confirmed.
Oh, that didn't feel good.
We've got an absolute light show going on here
I need a med kit.
of shields and
Damn. Stinks.
okay. This mission was supposed to have 15 enemies. It now has 29 enemies. We are not going to get the objective. And quite frankly, this is insane. So, we're out of here. We are so out of here. I can't even begin to describe just how out of here we are. We are gone.
Can I get an evac here?
No way. Like, as much as 99 intel would have been super nice to have, this is not it. This is not the way. I don't love this, but can you blame me? Oh, sweet.
Position confirmed. Coming over here. Interference.
Okay, you lot are. I mean, is it even worth it? No, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not even gonna bother
Ready to boogie.
looking to find like cheap kills from the evac. Just go home, everybody. Well, at least this wasn't a mission that we really needed to succeed. Yeah, do you know, I'm not even going to look at the mission debriefing. I'm not. That was insane. It was horrifying and insane. I'm just glad that we were able to evac with all 6 members of the squad alive.
Thanks to your efforts, dissident activity is down across all
Let us
territories.
never speak of that
The
again.
travel ban between city
Maybe-
centers has been lifted.
Maybe I should have gone through Hemorrhage Hell after all. Maybe that was the correct decision. Who can say? Guess we'll never know. What a, you know what? It could have been a hell of a lot worse. It could have been so much worse. I'll absolutely be fine with taking some wounds on Zentrisa and Hooker, and a Codex Brain for our efforts, and a disappointed look from the leader of the Reapers over anything else there. That was an impossible situation. Let's just get back to scanning. We're good at that. There's a supply drop available. Good enough. Right, where were we before we attempted that unholy monstrosity of a mission? We were grabbing some additional power, so let's get after that. Go for the 99 intel, they said. There's only 15 enemies, they said. End up with 29 on you. Well, there's our power. +3 means we should be able to... I mean, it doesn't really count for much now, I guess, but sure, we'll upgrade the Scilab. Oh, it's got a nice little bit in the back, and we can chuck another scientist in there, sure.
We can't expand our facilities further.
Totally worth it. And then we can... You know what, actually, let's get after the intel scan
Avenger
here.
plotting new course.
So I wouldn't mind having a little bit stockpiled to purchase some things.
Incoming message for you, Commander.
But first,
Patching it through to your quarters now.
I'm sure he's going to be thrilled about what just happened.
Your progress against the aliens over the past month has been significant, Commander. But there is still room to improve if we are going to eliminate the alien threat.
Yeah, sure. Tell you what. Well, first of all, these are all dead. Tell you what, Mr. Chairman, if that's even your real name, you go down into a situation where the so-called Shadow Chamber tells you you're dealing with 15 enemies, and then you let me know how you get on. Alright? You let me know. We could probably queue up another one of those, right? Where are we? Choose project, and then
Sounds good, Commander.
let's just queue up 2. Sure. Feeling precious. Queuing up 2. You know how it is. Up next, we should. Yes, the stasis suit is about to complete.
Just like the one we found the commander in.
On the surface, yes. But in function... Commander, excellent. We can begin. It is no secret that Advent soldiers possess both human and alien genetic characteristics. Preliminary analysis led me to believe that this was the result of direct modifications made to a pre-existing human host. Prisoners, or perhaps even unwitting volunteers.
See your local Advent recruiter today.
However, the reality is something else entirely. The Advent troopers at the facility we discovered, including the specimen before you, were manufactured. Each soldier possesses a unique genetic code. Predominantly human, of course, but with some fragments left open.
Left open for what?
Whatever alien DNA Advent wishes to insert. Sectoid, muton, even the species our soldiers refer to as berserker. In all cases, human genetic material serves as a bonding agent, holding the strands together.
Human material? You mean the stuff we found at the Black Site facility?
Precisely. The key component in their soldier manufacturing process.
So we've been fighting ourselves this entire time.
In a way, but I believe there's more to it than that. The human DNA in this specimen bears one key difference from the entirety of the sequences decoded in the Shadow Chamber. Psionic sensitivity. Given the sheer volume of strands involved, this cannot be accidental.
Screening process at the clinics. Avatar.
The potential power of a being created with this template is significant, central. Had we not intercepted it before the process was completed...
I know, Doctor. Continue your research. Let us know if you find anything else.
We are now prepared to autopsy the body of the powerful being we recovered, Commander. I feel that we may be on the cusp of attaining a complete understanding of this avatar we have long sought.
Avatar Autopsy is our final Shadow Chamber project. And we'll get right to it. We'll get right to it. Here we go now.
This creature represents a near-perfect fusion of human and elder DNA. Though remarkable, it appears as if the creature were unfinished. Perhaps why we were able to ultimately defeat it. Still, this can lead me to only one logical conclusion.
We had such hope for you.
I believe we have found our avatar.
And indeed, Tigan. And in 12 days' time, our final Shadow Chamber project will be concluded. Which is kind of nice position to be in. In fact, it might well be the case that we see that complete, you know? It's kind of going to depend on what assault missions we get, because I'm not going to be taking another one for the intel, that's for sure. Speaking of intel, let's just carry on scanning for now. And assault mission to rescue a resistance operative. 15 enemies, is it? Is that what you're saying to me? 15 enemies? I don't believe you. I don't believe you for a second. That would delay return fire. I think we'd let return fire ride. Yeah, I don't think return fire is that much of a problem. So we'll just keep trucking. Bye-bye. Rescue resistance agents from the Horde. An Operation Pig Oven to delay the Exalt research for experimental weaponry. Nope, we are good. I am not even going to look at the reward after what happened last time. Let's keep trucking. And that's kit for psionic training completed. You know what? We'll throw one of our tech specialists in there. I think that makes sense. It would make them a little bit more... Yeah, there you go, Kerwin. Become a psionic operative. I want to kind of like... I feel like I need to set a little bit of the record straight on tech specialists and myself. I imagine they are good, and I feel like I've said this before, but it's probably worth repeating. I imagine they're good, and in actual fact, imagine is the wrong word. Tech specialists are good. Problem I've got with them is I am not very good at utilizing them, and as well as that, because we've had so few of them this campaign,
We want to set back the aliens' work on the Avatar.
we're in a position where I've had to make so much do without them that it kind of, like, the inclusion of tech specialists now gets in the way of what I'm otherwise doing, if that makes sense. So yeah, tech specialists are fine. We're ignoring exposed breath here. Just not for me in this particular campaign, as it turns out. It's another PCS for us. Bit of conditioning. And we have, yeah, it's building another one here. Yeah, 5 days until that Shadow Chamber project. 4 days. I'm just counting it down now. Return fire, that's fine. And I can't imagine another interruption's about to happen in 19 hours.
It won't be easy, but I think it's the only option we have at this point.
Agreed. We must inform the commander immediately.
Go right ahead.
Commander, Central, the Shadow Chamber has completed its analysis of the Avatar's DNA. It has identified the genetic sequence necessary to travel through the Psionic Gate.
Perfect. We can finally shut this Avatar project down for good.
However, the gate requires more than a mere transmission of genetic data.
The sequence has to be part of a live subject. The key only works in lockstep with the signal.
We don't have time to find another one of those things, let alone capture it.
No. That part we can handle. We make our own.
You're serious?
Quite. Though the specimen before us is damaged beyond repair, it has provided us with its complete genetic blueprint. We already possess an unaltered Avatar template from the Forge facility. That, combined with the genetic material we recovered at the Black Site, should allow us to replicate the procedure here.
So, what's the catch?
Yes, that. Without an elder consciousness driving it, the new Avatar would remain as lifeless as the one before us. While I can develop its body, I cannot create the mind to drive it.
But I can. In a way. By manipulating the new Avatar via the psionic network.
You want to operate one of these things? By remote control?
Not exactly. And definitely not me.
Interfacing directly with their network would cause severe, if not fatal, trauma to an unprepared central nervous system. As it stands, we only know of one individual who has survived that kind of ordeal.
That was different. The stasis suit.
Created the perfect interface to the network, one tailored to your specific biology, Commander. Of any human candidate, you are the most likely to survive the connection.
Most likely is not good enough, Doctor.
It is the only answer I can give you, and our only option to traverse the alien portal.
We need to come up with a game plan before we charge through the enemy's front door, which will give you some time to think about this, Commander.
This specimen, this being, is something else entirely. Something beyond anything we have ever seen. And yet somehow, our troops once again prevailed.
And here we are, at long last, at the end of episode 98. We have arrived at what can fully be described as the finale. There are 2 missions left to us insofar as non-optional missions are concerned, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen in the next episode. There's not much of anything left for us to do. I suppose there's an argument to be made for running the data pad decryption here and taking that extra 4 days before we hit it.
We'll get to work on the new project right away.
And I think we will. We'll probably run that 4 days just for that last little splash of intel before we commit to the missions before us now. But for today, we will leave things there. Next time, something about a network tower. Thank you very, very much. Today's been interesting. It's kind of nice to get to this point, certainly. When I sat down to record, I wasn't expecting to. I was expecting to have a lovely successful mission or two before we did, but nevertheless, here we are now. And, I don't know, I guess in its own twisted way, perhaps it's fitting that our final assault mission of the campaign was an unmitigated disaster from which we had to evac. Kind of paints a real picture about how things have gone overall, I would say. All that said and done, thank you very, very much, and I will see you next time. Till then, take care.
Alright, settle down out there. This isn't funny. A lot of good people in the Resistance lost it today. And the aliens are gonna make a huge deal about how they crushed the dissident threat. But don't let it get you down. We're closer than ever to kicking them the hell off our planet.